So, one of JaNa's favorite singers just dropped a new song where she gets name dropped. And JaNa's response at the airport is about to tell us everything we need to know about where her head is at after that Kenny Rodriguez disaster. But what she said about blue checkmarks sliding into her DMs and her very specific requirements for her next man, well, let's just say it sounds like she learned some very expensive lessons from dating a certain Love Island contestant. Oh, and when the interviewer asked about red flags, JaNa's answer was so pointed it could have been used as a weapon. You'll understand exactly who she was thinking about when she said it. But first, we need to talk about why getting a whole freestyle defense from a Grammy winner is actually a much bigger deal than you think. Now, before we dive into this tea, could you do me a tiny favor? If you're not already subscribed, just hit that little subscribe button for me, if you like what you're watching. Thank you, love you, now back to the tea. Lizzo just gave JaNa Craig the ultimate cosign on Good as Hell, defending her on TikTok. And honestly, this is the kind of celebrity support that hits different when you've been through emotional warfare disguised as a relationship. In Good as Hell, Lizzo literally sang, "Hold on, walk with me. When it comes to my people, I don't play, I don't play." Like, why would Kenny play like that with JaNa? Type sugar, you know what I'm saying.
Play like why would Kenny play like that with JaNa?
She captioned it, "I really be in the studio in my feelings." Which basically means even Grammy winners are out here catching feelings about Kenny's alleged behavior. TMZ caught JaNa at the airport to get her reaction to the song, and what she said reveals everything about her mindset post-Kenny. JaNa was glowing when she talked about it. "It's so crazy she did that. It's cute because I'm getting so much love. Lizzo has been one of my favorite singers for years." She said she immediately DM'd Lizzo telling her, "You're my queen," and thanking her for the love and support. She hasn't gotten a reply yet, but honestly, sliding into Lizzo's DMs and getting a freestyle defense is already more support than Kenny ever allegedly gave her. She even made a TikTok with the song, showing that she's not just surviving the Kenny Rodriguez scandal, she's thriving through it. This woman went from allegedly discovering racist texts on her boyfriend's phone to getting direct messages from Grammy winners. The upgrade is astronomical. But wait until you hear what JaNa said about her dating life, because it's about to reveal exactly how much Kenny traumatized her. When the interviewer asked if JaNa was back on the market, her response was pure comedy gold. "Ugh, I guess I am." The way she said it with that laugh, that's the sound of someone who's processing the fact that she's single again, but not exactly mad about it. But here's where it gets interesting. When asked if anyone's sliding into her DMs, JaNa got that mischievous smile and said, "I shouldn't kiss and tell. I have to keep my life so private now." Then she dropped this bomb. She's seen a couple blue checkmarks. Blue checkmarks, people. Verified accounts. JaNa went from dating someone who allegedly used her for clout to having actual celebrities shooting their shot. The glow up is so dramatic, it should come with theme music. But here's what's really telling. JaNa said she has to keep her life so private now. That's not just about media attention. That's about protecting herself after allegedly being with someone who turned their relationship into a public performance for personal gain. And speaking of protection, wait until you hear what JaNa said about being ready to date again. JaNa's honesty about her healing process is refreshing in the most devastating way. When the interviewer asked if she's ready to get back out there, she said, "I'm intrigued by the attention, but I'm not ready yet. It's still fresh. I need to be by myself for a while." The interviewer tried to encourage her with, "There's nothing wrong with getting back on the horse." But JaNa shut it down beautifully. "No, you have to heal. You feel me?" When pressed further about healing sometimes requiring getting back on the horse, JaNa was firm. "I think I'm gonna go slow." This is a woman who understands that you can't rush recovery from psychological manipulation. The fact that she's prioritizing her mental health over jumping into something new shows incredible self-awareness, especially when you consider what she allegedly went through. JaNa isn't just taking time to heal. She's rewriting the narrative about what healing looks like after emotional abuse. She's not trying to prove she's fine by immediately dating someone new. She's actually doing the work. But her answer about what she's looking for in a man, that's where the Kenny shade gets real. When the interviewer asked about red flags, JaNa's answer was so specific, it could have been a personality test question. Someone that's too public. Let that marinate for a second. JaNa just said her biggest red flag is someone being too public after allegedly dating someone who turned their private relationship into a public business strategy. Someone who allegedly used their romance for clout, money, and social media growth. The irony is devastating. Kenny allegedly wanted someone too public, successful, influential, culturally relevant, but for all the wrong reasons. He didn't want to celebrate JaNa's success, He allegedly wanted to profit from it. JaNa's red flag requirement is basically a Kenny Rodriguez detector. She's learned that someone who's too public might be more interested in what your relationship can do for their image than what it can do for your happiness. Now let me remind you why this interview hits so different when you know what JaNa allegedly went through. For those who need a refresher on why JaNa's airport interview is basically a masterclass in recovery, let's revisit what allegedly happened. JaNa's best friend, Charmaine, posted that women should search their partner's phones for keywords like, I don't like black women, I thought I would get more money from this, I'm faking this relationship, going on the show would be for clout. If these allegations are true, JaNa spent over a year being emotionally manipulated by someone who saw her as a business opportunity rather than a girlfriend. Someone who allegedly harbored racist feelings while dating a black woman. Someone who turned their Love Island love story into his personal clout-chasing operation. The entire Love Island cast immediately unfollowed Kenny when the news broke. Leah Kateb called him racist, clout money hungry, and a scammer since day one. Host Ariana Madix publicly supported JaNa. Even people who knew both of them personally chose sides immediately. Kenny created a secret Instagram account to defend himself, promised receipts that never materialized, then vanished from social media while losing hundreds of thousands of followers. So when you understand that context, JaNa's airport interview becomes even more powerful. Let me paint you a picture of who these two people really were before Love Island, because understanding their backgrounds makes this entire situation infinitely more devastating. JaNa Craig is a 28-year-old day trader and Amazon FBA entrepreneur who built her own financial empire in Las Vegas. This woman graduated from San Diego State University with a degree in communication and media studies, speaks multiple languages, including Japanese and Spanish, and has traveled extensively throughout Asia, including the Philippines and Thailand. Born in Kailua, Hawaii, and raised partially in Okinawa, Japan, JaNa is genuinely multicultural and internationally minded. She's someone who thrives in high-pressure situations, makes split-second financial decisions worth thousands of dollars, and built a successful business from scratch. This is not someone you can easily manipulate. Kenny Rodriguez, on the other hand, worked as an associate account manager at a tech company in Dallas. His job was literally managing client relationships and maintaining professional facades, skills that apparently translated a little too well into personal relationships. The contrast is striking. JaNa built wealth through her own intelligence and business acumen, while Kenny built relationships through professional charm and strategic positioning. One created value, the other managed perceptions. According to Beyond the Villa episodes, Kenny even expressed missing his less glitzy pre-reality star career as an account manager at a tech company in Dallas. This man was nostalgic for the corporate world where manipulation was literally his job description. Now imagine applying those corporate relationship management tactics to a romantic relationship. Kenny didn't just casually deceive JaNa, he used professional-level relationship management skills to execute a year-long emotional fraud. The fact that he could seamlessly transition from managing corporate accounts to managing JaNa's emotions for clout shows a level of calculated thinking that's genuinely disturbing. This wasn't amateur hour manipulation. This was professional-grade deception, with a college education and 20 days of villa preparation time. And speaking of calculated, wait until you hear about Kenny's pre-villa strategy session. During a college panel at Loyola Marymount University, Kenny revealed something that makes his entire Love Island approach infinitely more calculated. Before entering the villa as a bombshell on day 13, he spent over 20 days in complete solitude without any technology. 20 days. That's nearly 3 weeks of uninterrupted time to plan, strategize, and mentally rehearse his villa approach. While other contestants had minimal prep time, Kenny had almost a month to perfect his game plan. Think about what you could accomplish with 20 days of focused preparation. Kenny could have planned his conversation style, his coupling strategy, his approach to challenges, and most importantly, how to position himself as America's favorite boyfriend material. This wasn't spontaneous reality TV romance. This was a meticulously planned business venture with a 3-week preparation period. Kenny entered that villa with the strategic advantage of a chess grandmaster playing against people who just learned the rules. But here's how spectacularly his master plan backfired. Kenny's social media empire didn't just collapse. It was systematically dismantled, like a building marked for demolition. Before the scandal, his Instagram had grown from 70,000 pre-finale followers to over 600,000 post-Love Island. After the racist allegations, he's hemorrhaging audience faster than a sinking ship. His current count sits around 572,000, but the engagement tells the real story. Posts that used to generate thousands of likes are now struggling to break hundreds. His fitness-focused account, @krod223, has been reduced to 14,000 followers, with 0 posts, essentially becoming a social media ghost town. The financial impact is even more brutal. Kenny had secured a Dallas gym sponsorship, launched a YouTube fitness series in July 2025, and was building his influencer empire through brand partnerships. All of that evaporated faster than water in Death Valley once the allegations surfaced. His estimated net worth of $200 to $300K was built largely on his Love Island fame and fitness brand. Now brands are distancing themselves like he's radioactive, and his YouTube series died before it could take its first breath. Kenny spent a year using JaNa to build his financial portfolio, only to watch it crumble in 72 hours of bad headlines. Meanwhile, JaNa is out here getting support from actual celebrities. Getting defended in a good as hell freestyle isn't just celebrity support, it's cultural validation. When a 4-time Grammy winner takes time out of her day to create a whole TikTok asking, "Why would Kenny play like that with JaNa?" That's not casual social media engagement. That's a public service announcement. The fact that JaNa's story resonated enough with Lizzo to inspire an impromptu good as hell studio session shows the cultural impact of her grace under pressure. She's become a symbol of how to handle public betrayal with dignity and class, inspiring artists to create content in her defense. The celebrity cosign is confirmation that JaNa's handling of this situation has been exemplary. She's not just moving on, she's inspiring other people with her resilience. But let me tell you about the most telling part of JaNa's response. While Kenny was creating burner accounts and making empty threats about receipts, JaNa demonstrated a level of class that puts finishing schools to shame. Despite discovering racist texts about herself, she posted a video begging fans to leave Kenny's family alone.
You guys, if you genuinely love me, if you genuinely care about me, you want to help me heal, I'm begging you, please leave Kenny's family alone. That family did nothing wrong to me. They were nothing but kind. Everyone I ever met always defends me, always stood up for me. Do not go to their house. Don't go to their jobs. Do not threaten them. I'm begging you, leave them alone. They've been through enough. They've been apologetic to me. They've always been nice to me, so I'm begging you guys, please leave Kenny's family alone. I'm trying to close this chapter. It's getting stressful.
This woman discovered that her safe place was actually someone who viewed her through a racist lens while using her for financial gain. And now she's out here glowing, getting celebrity cosigns, and setting healthy boundaries with the confidence of someone who knows her worth. The contrast between their responses tell you everything about their character. Now let me explain why this isn't just about one toxic relationship. Kenny's ex-girlfriend should receive a Nobel Prize in pattern recognition because her warnings came true with surgical precision. She revealed that Kenny would randomly tell her, "You could never be a doctor," and constantly attack her appearance to destroy her confidence. She said Kenny cannot handle a baddie and is always trying to bring women down because of deep insecurity. But here's the chilling part. She identified this as his way of conversation, meaning it wasn't occasional bad behavior, but his relationship operating system. We can see this exact pattern with JaNa throughout their relationship. Remember when Kenny asked her armpit hair or no while she was celebrating herself in a waist trainer? That wasn't awkward flirting. That was a calculated humiliation attempt designed to make her feel uncomfortable and insecure. His ex basically provided a user manual for Kenny's manipulation tactics, and we watched him execute every single technique exactly as predicted. The woman deserved a consulting fee for the accuracy of her psychological profile. But here's what makes Kenny's behavior even more calculated. This situation represents a disturbing trend where Black women in reality TV are targeted for their cultural capital and fan appeal. As articles have noted, Black women have become central players in Love Island, making them attractive targets for those seeking clout and monetary gain. JaNa brought authenticity, cultural influence, and genuine fan love to their partnership. She was America's sweetheart, the contestant everyone was rooting for. Kenny saw that social capital as something to explore rather than celebrate. This mirrors what happened with Love Island Season 4's Zeta Morrison and Timmy Pandolfi, where Zeta later discovered Timmy had been faking their entire connection. The pattern is becoming disturbingly clear. Black women's authentic energy and fan appeal are being weaponized for personal gain. Kenny didn't just manipulate JaNa, he manipulated every viewer who invested emotionally in their love story, turning cultural representation into a business opportunity. But here's what's beautiful about JaNa's transformation. Watching JaNa laugh and smile in that airport interview while talking about blue checkmarks and genuine relationships, that's not just moving on. That's ascending to a higher plane of existence. Remember, this is a woman who speaks multiple languages, has lived in Hawaii, Japan, and traveled extensively throughout Asia. She's genuinely cosmopolitan and internationally minded, someone who built her own wealth through day trading and entrepreneurship. Kenny thought he could manipulate this multilingual, financially independent, globally experienced woman for over a year. The audacity is breathtaking, but the fact that she saw through it and escaped shows her intelligence was never in question. JaNa's energy in that interview is what happens when you stop letting someone else define your value and start remembering who you were before they tried to dim your light. She's not just surviving, she's remembering she's phenomenal. And the way she's handling potential new relationships shows incredible growth.
Mentioning blue check marks isn't about status hunting, it's about dating people who have something to lose. Verified accounts typically mean established careers, public accountability, and personal brands that would be damaged by messy behavior. The fact that she's taking it slow despite having options shows incredible self-control and wisdom. She's not rushing into anything just because she can. She's being strategic about her energy and her heart. After being with someone who made her doubt herself and feel insecure, being alone probably feels like freedom. JaNa's healing era is what happens when you stop viewing single as a problem to solve and start viewing it as an opportunity to rebuild yourself stronger than before. But the most powerful part of this whole interview is her energy.
Her energy in that airport interview is radiant, confident, and genuinely happy. She's not performing recovery, she's actually living it. The difference between authentic joy and performed happiness is obvious, and JaNa is clearly experiencing the real thing. The fact that she can joke about being on the market while simultaneously setting firm boundaries shows incredible emotional balance. She's not bitter, she's not closed off, she's just discerning.
JaNa's airport interview isn't just an update on her love life, it's a victory lap. She's showing us what it looks like to not just survive emotional manipulation, but to thrive after it. From getting celebrity cosigns, to attracting verified suitors, to setting spiritual standards, JaNa is operating at a level Kenny tried to use her to reach. The irony is poetic. He used her platform and influence only to watch her ascend to heights he'll never touch. Her emphasis on genuine faith, authentic character, and private healing shows she's learned the most important lesson. Your peace is worth more than anyone's performance. JaNa Craig went from being someone's business strategy to being Lizzo's inspiration. She went from being manipulated for clout to setting standards that protect her energy. She went from being someone's stepping stone to being everyone's example of grace under pressure. Kenny Rodriguez spent over a year trying to use JaNa's light to build his own platform. But what he didn't understand is that you can't dim someone else's light without losing your own. Now JaNa is shining brighter than ever, while he's disappeared into irrelevance. Sometimes the best revenge is simply becoming impossible to manipulate twice. JaNa's airport interview shows us exactly what that looks like. Peaceful, powerful, and completely unbothered by the person who tried to break her spirit. The queen has spoken, and she's saying, "I'm healing, I'm protected, and I'm ready for something real." Kenny who?